And welcome Cancer and Cancer cross watchers to your new moon in Pisces reading. So I have both cards from the Moonology deck here, or the two Moonology decks, Attune to the Divine and Meditate and Contemplate. So I also pulled in overall energy, and I want to say, Cancer, I feel like right when this card came out, I feel like you're going to catch somebody in a lie, or it's like, or someone's going to stand there and start, it's like almost like someone who goes on some sort of diatribe that you know that they're totally full of it. It's almost like that you know how it happens in the movies. It's like someone thinks that you are, a different person, and they start bad-mouthing you to you because they think you're someone else. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it feels like it's like, ooh, you got somebody's number, and I do not feel that you're happy about it. It doesn't feel like you are acting on it right away. It feels more that it's like either you're kind of allowing yourself to decide how you're going to deal with it, or it's like, it almost feels like there's some sort of strategy in place, because I kind of want to say, it doesn't feel like all vengeful and, like, oh, I'm going to get you back sort of thing. Maybe that's there, maybe it's not. That's not what I'm feeling predominantly. It just feels more that it's like you seem to want to see what other information this person has. You know what I mean? It's like you might let them think that you're somebody else. And, for example, you may not actually do this, right? Or, sorry, this may not be the actual situation, but it's almost like you might start asking questions to see what what people are saying around the water cooler about you and about what you're doing. And what's interesting is I actually feel like this person ends up being kind of a wealth of information for you. I feel like they actually tell you a lot, and I feel like it takes them, they may not figure out immediately who you are. So, what can you tell us about, I want to say, like, what's Cancer's motivation? You're protecting yourself. I feel like everyone's got an opinion. You know what I mean? I feel like everybody, okay, I'm about to catch an attitude, and I am letting you know ahead of time because it's coming. I feel like there are people here, it's like everybody has your freaking name in their mouth. Everyone's got a little something to say. And I don't really understand why. Maybe that'll be different for everyone, but I definitely feel it's like you guys may be feeling like you have to defend yourselves, but it also feels that it's like you kind of know that you have the upper hand here. I feel like you know that it's like no one's going to be able to really take what you have or get up to where you are. It's almost like as long as you kind of keep an eye on it, but I feel like you don't really like spending the time or energy that you're spending to keep an eye on this. It's almost like there might be people that come by that are like, those gawkers, they're gawking at you. And I feel like that actually makes you pretty mad. For some reason, it's like that seems to make you a little protective over what's going on. It's almost like it's nobody's business but ours sort of thing. It feels like if outsiders came and were like judging the whole thing, it's almost like you would kind of want to, how do I say this? It almost feels like you would feel protective of the people that you're protecting yourself from right now. Okay. Didn't really get to ask a question, but that's all right. Hold on for a second. There's someone here that finds the whole thing a little amusing. Wait, let me explain. not so much that they're finding your, you know what? That noise that I just heard, I think was my front door, and it's creeping me out. So I'm just going to go check that, and I will be right back. Sorry about that, Cancer. It actually turned out that something on my front porch actually got blown off because apparently there's like a windstorm out there. So I apologize. So back to the cards. I'm just kind of feeling here that it's like somebody that you would normally be at odds with. They see how you're handling this, and I feel like they're actually kind of proud of you for how you're handling it. I kind of want to say that it's not really something they're ever going to say, because I feel like they don't feel like they have almost like the right to be be proud of you. They also seem to feel like there's too much of a wall, or too much of some sort of barrier between the two of you for them to say anything. I do feel to a certain extent that this is the kind of person that it's like they believe that the universe balances everything out. So it's almost like just because you're holding yourself with a really high level of integrity now, it's like they're expecting the other shoe to drop. They're expecting you to run out of integrity. It's a strange thing to say. They seem to feel that eventually you'll come to the dark side. That eventually you'll see, their words, not mine, okay? That eventually you'll see that most people are blood-sucking leeches. Okay. I feel like this person, it does feel like they are self-made, but I feel like this person has a lot of money, at least to them. And I feel like people come to them for help, and it seems to have put this person in a position of power and influence, because they are, it's like, they're the Bank of America or something like that. You know what I mean? They seem to really, it doesn't feel like they, tax them. It doesn't feel like it's financially taxing for them to help other people. I just feel like they seem to, for example, let's say someone owes this person money. It's like they do use that to their advantage, right? Hold on for a second. I feel like this person does kind of want to change their ways, but I feel like they might not really know how to do it. I feel like that also might be why they're watching you, to see if, like, it's almost like they may not have seen anybody get to the point that you're at and continue on with integrity. So it's like they're just kind of like observing and watching, and like, okay, well, how's Cancer going to deal with this one? I do want to say, especially with, like, look at the energy. Looks like a very Cancerian card to me today, especially because the moon is yours, right? So I feel it kind of feels like as you move forward, you might feel like you're having like a stroke of genius, and not because you have an inflated sense of self or whatever. It's like it actually is, right? It's like you get this kind of like bright idea, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do it that way. And I feel like that's kind of how that's supporting you navigating this situation in a way that I feel like it's really impressive to this person, because they're kind of expecting you to eventually get yourself into the same position that they're in, being a little bitter. And I don't actually see you getting there. So it's almost like, oh, it actually can be done, and I feel like it's because you allow yourself to kind of be inspired by these concepts, thoughts, whatever they are, ideas of really creative ways to solve these problems. So what is, I'm going to say, like, what's positive? What's positive? The Four of Pentacles. Excuse me. So the Four of Pentacles usually talks about actually being kind of greedy with your emotions. I feel like there's somebody here that you expect to come in and, like, it's almost like they might be someone that usually is a bit theatrical, someone that comes in and it's like they just got something to say all the time. You know what I mean? I feel like this is somebody that, it's almost that energy of, like, you always have something to say with that smart mouth. And I actually feel like this person doesn't do that this time. I feel like there's something, it's not pity, okay? But this person knows what you're going through. And I feel like they get that actually you're fighting harder than you've had to fight. I feel like it's like this person can see. Let's say, for example, you're someone that's usually pretty calm and accommodating, but you might be a little bit short or kind of like snapping at people if they ask you like a stupid question. Like, oh, is this dish wet? Well, I don't know. Why don't you touch it and find out? You know what I mean? So I feel like this person sees that you actually are under a lot more pressure than I feel like you might be giving yourself credit for. And they see that. And I actually feel like this person, I feel to a certain extent that the same people that are coming for you have already come for this person. And they know what it's like. 100%. And I feel like this person, it's like, because they know what it's like to have to fight out of that, they're not coming to your aid. I feel like there's one person in particular that's a bit of a loudmouth. I know this one has a bit of a smart mouth, but it's like there's someone that is a bit of a loudmouth that will kind of step outside the box with what they'll say. It's like this person is somebody that will say the types of things that other people might think but would have the good grace not to say. And I feel like they know that that person won't be able to take you down. But it's almost like they're... Hold on for a second. It's like they're just kind of watching from a safe distance away. And I feel like... Hold on for a second. I'm trying to feel into like, okay, well, why is that? You know, what's to look forward to or what's positive about this? So Cancer, I actually feel here that whatever this person managed to build in spite of this, you know, cackle of people, I feel like there's a message here that there's something that you're doing, there's a certain way that you're handling things that actually is telling this person that you're going to be building more than they did. It's like, because you are handling it so well, because it's almost like you aren't letting the adversity affect your resolve. Whereas I feel like this person may have, it's like they accepted a deal instead of going for what they really wanted. And I like, they accepted what they kind of didn't want because it's like, it was a way for it to be over. And I feel like you're not really feeling that. It's like, that's not even an option. It's almost like if somebody offered you some sort of deal or some sort of way out, but you'd have to, excuse me, but you'd have to compromise in a certain type of way. I actually feel like you would reject it on principle. What's some advice? Or what does Cancer need to hear? Advice? Or what does Cancer need to hear? We have the Knight of Swords as the advice. So, okay, I'm going to pull a clarifier on this one before I say what I'm feeling. I just want to be sure. It just kind of feels like there's somebody here that might kind of come to your aid. Can we get some, what or who is this? If I could swear on this channel, I would. We have the Ace of Wands here. And like, who or what is this person? Two of Cups. So this is what I'm seeing, okay? I feel like somebody here is about to kind of come in and cut down all of these people that are kind of coming at you. I feel like this person is pissed, okay? It's almost like, well, the cat's away, the mice will play. You know what I mean? And like, and the mice came after you. And now this person's like, what? It's almost like, again, may just be the energetics of it, right? It may not be the actual situation. You were under the protection of this Knight of Swords in whatever capacity, right? And it's like they thought they made it clear that just because they're leaving for a little while doesn't mean that you're all of a sudden no longer under their protection. And it's like they kind of heard that that you're kind of, it's like you're on the hill. You're on the hill that you're like, not that you'll actually, pass or anything, right? But it's like, this is the hill you're willing to die on. You are not going to let this go. You are not going to give up. And there's not a damn thing anybody can do to dissuade you. And I feel like this Knight of Swords knows it. And they are so pissed. So, so mad. And I feel like they may come in and it's like, it just feels like it's not quite how you would handle it, but it's about to get handled. You know what I'm saying? It's that energy of like, I feel like as this Knight of Swords is kind of coming back in and ready to read these people the riot act, I feel like this person keeps running through their mind what happened to this one. And it's almost like your person, your Knight of Swords here, it's almost like they're kind of running through their head like, don't give in, don't, you know what I mean? Like there's this energy. It's like they don't want you to give up on your dream or what you want, what you're working for, before they can get there to help you. You know what I mean? It's almost like they seem to want to, what I really, really adore about this person is it's like they're not coming in, and they're going to kind of take care of these people and then they're going to take control of the situation and they're in charge. No. They're actually just trying to clear your path. So it's almost like they're going to come in and kind of get all these people out of the way and then look to you and be like, okay, you can go now. I'll be behind you. I got your back. Because who or what is this person? Sorry, one moment, please. My son was just getting home. So, actually, what I really kind of, this is just me, right? Maybe the potential for a romantic connection is there, but I'm actually feeling that it's a deeper bond than that. I feel like, limiting love to romantic, and I'm not saying that you are, right? But limiting the love that we're looking for, the love that we want to romantic love is it's like it's doing the notion of love a disservice. And I feel like this person is somebody of principles. Remember how the cards were saying that like your integrity seems to be like impressing people because you have more integrity than most. And I feel like that seems to be, it's like this person doesn't want these vultures to take that from you. And I feel like, and not that they would or whatever, but it's like this person just doesn't want to give them the chance. They want to make it known that, you know, it's like, if you mess with Cancer, you mess with the Knight of Swords. So I feel here that this person may have been running a bit of interference without you being entirely aware of all of the times that they've done that. And it's almost like it's a little bit like Damon with if you've seen House of the Dragon. I've really only seen the little shorts on YouTube. But it's that kind of an energy. It's like somebody that all they really have to do is look at somebody and like, don't. Do you know what I mean? I feel like there may be, I'm going to be straight with you, there may be some stirrings of romantic feelings with this person for you, but I don't feel that that's the biggest part of it. It's really more that I feel like this person sees you as one of a kind and they want to help preserve that. And so it's like, it's out of love for you, but it's also like, it's out of love for, you know, humans, the human, I guess, species or something like that, because it's like this person knows how rare you are. They've been around a lot of people that are very different from you. And it's almost like they kind of feel that you deserve to be protected. I actually feel like they're pretty annoyed that there's no one by your side in the fight that you're fighting right now. So I think we're going to pull one more card. That one came out pretty quickly. Four of Cups. Yeah, Knight of Wands. So it kind of was a clarifier for this Knight of Swords. I feel like you'll know who this is because they seem to have a way of telling the truth, but it's like, it feels like it's a little bit brutal. It feels like it's a little bit, it's like, you know that you're going to get the truth with them, but they don't soften, they don't kind of, you know, soften that and kind of lob it in there, right? It's like they're just going to throw it on the table. And I feel like it may feel almost like this person is a part of these jackals down here, but they're not. Their approach to certain things may seem a little bit, I almost hear like harsh or below the belt, or, you know, almost kind of with a little bit of a brutality to it almost. But I feel like it's almost like it's just part of this person's kind of inner workings. It's almost like it's like asking a warrior not to be ready for a war, right? This person, it just is who they are. And I feel like it may be a part of their personality that you kind of come to get used to. And it's almost like the longer the two of you know each other, I feel like the more you actually start to see that their brutality, it's like they're trying to cut to the chase. They're trying to get people to understand what's really going on. So it's almost like you start to see it as an act of love when this person does it. It's like maybe it's not, you know, tied up with a very nice bow. It's like this person wraps presents with newspaper. And not that there's anything wrong with that, right? But it's like instead of the, you know, my sister always used to do like perfect corners on wrapping with the thing and the ribbon, right? And it's like, this person isn't going to bring you the truth in that type of box. It's like, it's another box. It's clearly been beat up. The tape is kind of off. It's a little soaked on the corner. You know what I mean? Like it's taken a bit of a beating, but this person just wants to get the truth in there. It's like the truth is more important than how the truth gets there to them. So I think I'll leave it there, Cancer. If this reading resonated, I hope that it was helpful and brought you some clarity. And we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.